Lizard.
Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another Flesh and Blood stream. Sorry, let's get chat on the screen here. Also apologize. The member credits and sub credits were messed up. Apparently, I messed them up when I was putting them together. So I apologize. I will get it fixed for next stream. I wanted to start out by talking about a couple of things, just to make everybody a little bit more aware of where I'm at and what's going on. The first thing, and by far the less important one, is that over the next few weeks, I've recently talked about locking in for Vegas and that we were going to put a result on the board. And I still very, very strongly believe that. But that is going to require me doing more testing while I'm live as opposed to more chatting with you all. Now I know that in the past, I've really went out of my way to focus on talking to you guys and having conversation. And I'm not saying I'm going to ignore you all or anything like that intentionally, but I'm going to be, when there's moments in the game where it requires me to lock in and figure out what the best line is, I'm going to be trying to do that more often. Because I want to get better. I want to get better reps and to make sure that I'm picking the right deck. And the second thing that I want to talk about, and this one's more important and a little bit more dark. If you messaged me this past weekend or you tagged me in a Discord post and I didn't respond, I apologize. But this Friday morning at 2:28, we had to put Taryn to sleep. And so my weekend was nothing short of a shit show. And so if I did not get back to you this weekend or I didn't respond to a YouTube comment, I'm very sorry. I normally try to stay on top of stuff like that, but my weekend has been pretty torn to shit, and Carly and I are pretty messed up about it. So I just wanted to tell you guys I'm not ignoring you all. It's nothing like that. And you can probably hear it in my tone tonight. That I like I probably have a different like vibe tonight than I normally do. So I apologize. I was it all after it all happened. I had therapy on Friday afternoon. My therapist, she was telling me that it's important to continue to do everyday life things and get out and continue to like do things like that. So I am trying to stream and still like be out like up doing things. So if I'm not as upbeat as I normally am, I apologize. I'm sure that it will slowly come back to me, but this has been very hard for me and Carly. I did force myself out of the house on Saturday just to try to like be active and do something. One of our local stores had a big tournament on Sunday for $500 cash to first place, and so I did take Fi to that. I took Ashlyn's Fi deck to that, and I lost in top eight to Syndra. So that losing in top eight was fine. Me and Syndra played a really close game. Was a really good game. A lot of back and forth. I think going first hurt me a little bit, but it was a really good game, and I just kind of fell short. So um, I appreciate all the kind words that you guys are saying in chat. It really means a lot. So tonight, in honor of Taryn, I am wearing my Carly and Taryn shirt for tonight's stream. Trying to normalize not just like hiding this shirt in my closet. Because Taryn, outside of Carly, Taryn was my best friend. So which sounds kind of crazy to some people, but Taryn was my little buddy. And so it's anyway. I'm gonna try not to talk about it all night because I don't want to harp on it too much or anything like that. But I do really appreciate all the nice things you guys are saying and all the kind words. It really means a lot. But tonight we are gonna focus on Dio, and we are gonna try to start locking in. I'm not exactly sure what I'm gonna play in Vegas yet. I'm kind of up in the air between Dio has felt really strong to me lately. I will admit, Fi after this past weekend, the deck felt really good. Um, and I have added it to the list of things that I am testing for the PT. I don't know that it does as well without like more of a surprise factor. But we are going to be testing both of those decks, and don't worry, we're still going to play Gravy and Jarl. I'm going to be honest, I was going to play Gravy Bones tonight, and it's not there to play a deck I've never played before tonight. So we're gonna we're gonna hit Gravy on tomorrow, or we're gonna hit Gravy on Thursday for sure. We'll hit it one day for sure this week. The teaser trailer for set 20 comes out tomorrow. That I think I saw people talking about that, and I also think I got tagged in that somewhere in a Discord if I remember correctly. So yeah, that's it feels kind of early. Like I don't maybe I'm not remembering timelines as much as I remember. Teaser trailer number 1. Oh, this is the first. This isn't the official trailer. This is a teaser trailer. Okay. All right. Well, I guess if they're like mixing it up, and doing like teaser trailers this time around, then I guess it makes sense that we're getting it now. I was a little confused as to why we were getting the official trailer so early on in national season. But yeah, no, it being teaser trailer is kind of cool. Maybe they're trying to like maybe they're like really trying to hype up the next set and stuff like that, which is like kind of cool. I feel like I've heard a lot of differing opinions about it, but I know that Omens has really hit the mark for part of the community, but it's also felt like kind of short it's felt like it has fell short for part of the community. So I think they're trying to like really hype up set 20. And I've heard a lot of people say that, like James was specifically like directly involved. Scott said, I simply cannot comment or I'll get in trouble. Yeah, no, I won't ask Scott to say anything. Hit me up in the DMs. I'm kidding, Scott. I would never ask you to do that. Um, but yeah, it's cool that they're doing teaser trailers and trying to like get the set out in front of us. It does feel maybe a little weird that they're doing it during national season because it feels like right now we should be focusing on national season. But I also like I don't know, like I'm all about them like trying to come up with these like cool videos and trailers and trying to like hype up the set. Like it gives you this like really cool thing to look forward to. Um, Maybe it's to try and cover up some of the people sad about Omens not being crazy strong. I mean, I don't know that I like if I had to guess, right? Like obviously I don't know. I don't work at LSS. I don't know. I don't have the insider information, but I would say that I don't know that they're really probably trying to cover anything up, but they're probably just trying to get us hype about the next set. Like not everybody was hype about set 19, Omens, like, and it felt kind of underwhelming to a lot of people. So maybe they're just like trying to like get us hype about the next set, which I guess is kind of what you said, your code. I guess that's like what you're saying, I feel like. So Vincent Stonks, it could be. It could be. Could also be something they can play off of at the Pro Tour. Oh, that's cool. Yeah, that's really cool. Yeah, Delph, teaser coming out tomorrow. I'm excited. We may try to go live a few minutes early and watch it. May try to do that and watch it when we go live so that we can talk about it. Because you guys can watch like the actual official premiere and then come hang out in the stream afterwards and we can talk about it. That would be cool. I think they're just teeing us up for the keynote, like only 4 weeks till the big reveal at this point. I mean, if they're gonna do like a couple of teasers, like 2 or 3 teaser trailers leading up to the keynote, I mean, that's a good way to build suspense for sure. 100%. That's really cool. Good to get people excited and talk about something new at their Nat/PT Vegas. Yeah, no, 100%. It'll be cool to talk about. I just hope we get Shadow Brute cards. I think Levia mains are like around the world are doing this. Or just doing this. People are mad because this is basically trailer 2. Trailer 1 was all of set 19. Wait, there was a trailer for set 20? I don't understand. It didn't say trailer number 1 on the I thought it said trailer number 1. Yeah, it literally says teaser 1 on it. Looking at it right now. It's so funny to me that there's over 200 people waiting for this and it doesn't come out for like another 22 hours. I mean, it's cool. I'm glad that people are getting that excited about it. But yeah, it says IAR teaser 1. I'm assuming that that's like the code for the new set. I don't know. I would assume that's like the new code or whatever. So I don't know why people would be mad. I'm not following that, Russian. I'm not. I cannot wait to talk to you all about it. Oh, Scott, I'm sure you're dying on the inside, bro. Like I'm sure you're dying on the inside. There's like a second warrior set in a row and 2 rune blades in the same year, maybe as a ninja main. This is not my year. Listen, there's the expansion slot for a reason. I will tell you. Hang on, we got some cool expansion slot cards, right? Set 19 was just a setup for this set. I mean, they did like hint to it. I mean, if they did call it Omens of the Third Age, like it does feel very thematic. Like, so I mean, I don't know. Like even if it was just a setup, right? Like that's kind of cool that they're like trying to like chain all the sets together and like really like build something. I think it's kind of cool anyway, though. I'm also ready for the sauce. But I would never ask Scott to put himself in that position. Please, this be a ramp for the keynote. Oh, it would be massive for the game. I agree. I mean, yeah, like Balgor was definitely like an omen of the next set, right? Oh, we are about to go for a ride. Dio is a very fun and very strong deck. I do want to talk about one small change I would like to make. I'm not sure if Emma's still here or not. Sorry, I had a stroke apparently. Alan, that's okay. That's okay. I was reading between the lines. Yo, Rose with the $5 super chat. Rose, I appreciate the super chat. Thank you. I'm going on with John to do a Gravy versus Jarl showcase. I'd be happy to help you navigate Gravy afterwards. Yo, that's so cool. Is that when are you guys doing that, Rose? That'd be cool. That would be cool. Hey, Tiny Hands, what's up, buddy? They had the if they do back-to-back warrior, dude, back-to-back warrior with the new rule could actually go crazy. IAR, it's all room blades. If they do, there's no shot. There's no shot they do all room blades. That would be crazy. Like, that would be absolutely insane. There's no shot. There's no shot. I know a little more than y'all, but not everything. Listen, don't let Scott tell you this. He's got the scoop. He's got the scoop. Blow up his DMs. I'm kidding. Don't do that to Scott. Don't do that to Scott. Doing it on Thursday? Okay, nice. What are your thoughts on Jonathan's Ziggy deck for Nationals? I'm looking to use it as a base for my deck for Vegas. So Avengers, I will say that I know Sam has taken that deck and has been tweaking it a little bit, trying to iron out some pieces to try and make it feel smoother. But I think that the Ziggy deck is a very good like a very good like base starting point for where you want to be. Like Jonathan's list was solid, you know. Jonathan's also a good player. Seen him at top tables a lot across events. So I think it's a good place to start and a good deck. I would definitely use it as a base because Sam has been doing the same thing. Straight into my veins, please. Shadow Necromancer would be cool. To be fair, other than Necro, it is the least represented class in the game right now. Warrior? I mean, least represented class in the game right now? When you say represented, what do you mean? Do you mean the number of heroes available in CC or the number of heroes that are played in CC at big tournaments? Shadow Illusionist? I would probably just drop everything and play Shadow Illusionist. 100%. Oh, Runeblade? You think Runeblade is the least represented class in the game? I mean, yeah, there's only one Runeblade in CC right now. Warrior is going to be a house in the back end of this year. Oh, I completely agree, Scott. Completely agree. Solana is basically a theocracy. I don't know enough about the lore. Hey, Brian, what's up, buddy? Just give me a light brute and shut up. I don't know that. Light brute. I don't know about that. I don't know that brute needs soul shield. That would go crazy. Yo, Steve, thank you so much for the 9 months over on Twitch. I appreciate that, brother. It means a lot. Thank you. So guys, just to kind of recap one of the things we talked about earlier. I know that in the past, now that there's more people here, I want to talk about this. I know that in the past, I have been very like heavy focused on interacting with chat and talking to you guys a lot and making sure that like, you guys don't feel like left out. And I hope you guys never feel left out. But since I am so focused on putting a result on the board, like streams are going to be much like there's definitely going to be times where I'm not responding to chat as often and I am like locked in on the games and trying to win games. So I'm just letting you guys know at a time. I love how Aurora basically doesn't exist. So I have a buddy. My buddy Dot is working on the deck, and I'm kind of like off the side working on the deck with him. But I don't know. There was a deck that top 32 US Nats. So I feel like that's a good start, right? Let's see. Brute has Carapace. Same, but different. Guardian has 9 heroes, 2 of which are LL. Warrior has 6 active heroes. Runeblade has 1 hero because they've all been meta-defining heroes. King, you got to look past that part. No, Runeblade is the most underrepresented class in the game. Come on. It's right there in front of you. There's only 1 in CC. I mean, I'm not saying that my logic's perfect, but...
Lizard.
No, I'm just kidding. I completely understand what you're saying. I just want to play my Cold Foil Tempestuous Kiss. Honestly, me too, Colby. That Aurora deck went 6-0 in draft and 5-4 in Swiss. That checks out. Honestly, that checks out so much. That checks out so much. My logic is awful. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought I was being perfectly clear that that was the joke. I thought I was being clear.
Got him!
Obviously, I was not. All right, let's take a look at the deck together. Talking about the dash deck, there are a couple of changes that I want to like. Well, let me rephrase. There's one change that I've been thinking about making, and I haven't. The only reason I haven't made it is because I haven't had a chance to talk to Emma about it yet. So we're on 19 blues in our deck. And by the way, this is the exact same AD we played last week. Emma hasn't changed the deck, so I'm not updating mine yet. But there have been times where I have had too many cards that cost resources, and it seems like the overall consensus of that is that there is too many heists in the deck or there's too many throttles in the deck. Now, I'm not sure which it is. It's kind of interesting because throttle is just like, another like on rate card that we get to play and push damage with, which is very, very strong. The other 2-cost card in the deck is Heist, which has a potentially very powerful on hit effect, or it's a 2 for 5. So it's kind of interesting how like that shapes up. The one thing that I am considering doing would be adding a third dumpster dive. I think there's a world where like that 1 cost works out significantly better for the deck on turns where I don't need to activate Teklo Foundry Heart to play an item off the top of the deck, into like more of the fatigue matchups. Just times when like that 2-cost attack is not going to work out. So maybe a third copy of Dumpster Dive could be really good. The only problem that I have is that I don't know if should we be on 2 heists or should we be on 2 throttles. It's something I want to chat with Emma about, and I'm going to come back to the drawing board, and then we'll continue to test it. But like everything else, like has felt really good, really clean. Like Emma's got a really good build of the deck that he has been working on, and I've really liked it a lot. So once I get Dapper Olympia from PT, then Armory Deck Olympia in August will be gaming. Yo, Armory Deck Olympia would actually go crazy, I feel like. Does Dash IO survive to Vegas? I mean, 838 points in 2 weeks left, and the heaviest point week. Like the heaviest week that we have for points is the last week, that week of July 4th. So I don't know if Dash IO survives. If she doesn't, then, like Fi, Gravy, and Jarl are the other 3 things that we're talking about. Will you lock in Dio only if Victor LLs during Nat season? Okay, I would like to clarify that really quick. If Victor survives LL season, he's not. But I mean, like, we're talking like some magic fairy decides that they're going to cut me some slack for Vegas. We're dropping all the testing we're doing, and I'm playing Victor because I love Victor. We will play Victor if that's what if Victor is still around come PT time, like 110%. I don't think Victor will be, but if it happens, that will be what we do. So anyway, Jarl would be great in the summer of aggro. That's where we're headed. I mean, I think Jarl's going to be really solid. There's a lot of aggro decks that are rising up right now, with if Victor leaves the metagame. And so I think there's a real chance that like you could see a card like Blizzard or Arctic Incarceration make a comeback. Like Red Arctic Incarceration is a good 1-card play. I think could make a comeback and be really, really good. Yeah, Victor's 100% gone. He only won once this weekend. I mean, Victor would have to win. Like, I needed Victor to not win New Zealand Nationals because it was like 37 points or something. Like, I just can't imagine what has to happen for Victor to make it through ProQuest or like through National season. I just don't know what would happen. Yeah, he's at 951. We're talking 49 points over 2 weeks. I just don't know that it's possible. Anyway, 1-2, 1-1. It doesn't matter. He's 49 points away, and I think we're going to get there. Let's go Liam with the 18 months at tier 1. Liam, thank you so much for the 18 months, brother. I appreciate that. It means a lot. Thank you. Derek, it was great to see you as well, brother. I am glad we got to hang out, man. Congrats on winning, by the way. Congrats on winning this past weekend. I didn't get to see you win. I ended up leaving to go hang out with Carly. But I heard you won, so congrats, brother. Congrats. Dumpster dive instead of throttle or heist because of the cost curve. My vote is dumpster dive is taken out. Please make sure you have the blue 0 to 60 in your deck. We're on 2 blue 0 to 60s. Like, I don't know why we would play more blue 0 to 60s. We're not playing max V. And I am honestly just like, after like talking to Emma and Jesse about it, I am a believer that like this is like the best anti-fatigue version of the deck. That's just like where I'm at and how I feel about the deck. So yeah, the IAR trailer 1 tomorrow. I hope you enjoyed the tournament pack Vic had I gave you at Nats. I've still got it in my binder. It's still in my binder. With the rest of the stuff, Alan. It is 100% there. I put it back there with all my other Victor cards that I'm collecting to try to have the full thing. So let's see. We are, what is this? We got 28-20. And we're playing Old Gravy Bones. I don't really know what the Gravy Bones plan is. We're about to find out together. Gravy Bones plan is all 3-pounders, no mainline lens, NTZ, amplifier, backup protocol. Let's try it. I'm curious to see how this feels. All right, so we're playing Gravy. We are going second. It's one of the unfortunate parts is that like winning the die roll feels like really big in this matchup, like in this game, in this like deck. Like we want to be going first as much as possible, just to try to like get things into play, and it just doesn't always work out that way. Last time I've only played against one Gravy so far as Dio, and I think I got fataged. So, are we expecting to see if Victor is expected to be gone? I mean, I think we could see a lot of fatigue decks pop up if Victor leaves because Victor is like kind of the weird like anti fatigue deck in a lot of ways. So I think there is a very real possibility that we see something like that. I'm kind of thinking that we throw the blue throttle at the Sawbones and boost, pitching the blue boom grenade, play yellow boom grenade, arsenal zipper hit, and just like try to set up. We have Crown of Providence to bail us out against a conch, and they just pitched a conch and something else to play that. So I think that's our best play. Alternatively, we could play this, and then we could go 5 into 4 upstairs, and then kill Sawbones with the gun. I just don't feel like that is where we want to be. I think we need to get Sawbones off the board. I was like, and if we're lucky, we have an opportunity to be able to. We're just gonna like dodge a conch this turn. If we were really lucky, we would have hit an item off the top of the deck, but you know, beggars and choosers. Zipper hits. You're already seeing the 2-cost issue I was just describing. Like this feels like almost exactly the issue I was talking about just a minute ago. Yeah, the teaser, the first teaser for set 20 is tomorrow. We'll probably go live early so we can watch it. Bring back Verdance. I don't recommend you follow all the buttons, by the way, not fully updated. I made a copy of the list, Emma, and I have been updating the buttons as I go through. I'd like to talk to you about it so that I can get more. He lost in the finals of 2 more that would have made him LL this past weekend. You mean to tell me that Victor could have LL this past weekend, which is crazy. Am I big EP? No, not exactly. I wouldn't exactly call myself sleepy. Not what I would use to describe that. Drew, a lot of like how my mood is impacted you can find towards like the beginning of the stream. I mean, I really want to push the boom grenade. Will you recommend MTGO for casual? Wait, what? I don't understand the question. I do not understand the question. Can you help me out there? Man, this is like there's not really a great option. I guess we can try to like arsenal the heist and set up. I mean, no ally this turn feels pretty good. And if we get hit with a pummel, we can discard something. I was like, there was a list at Yokohama that was playing like blue pummel, so I think we're like moderately playing around that here. Yes, I would like to remove this. Let's lead here. Okay, and then boosting away the Fast and Furious is actually pretty solid, right? Is there a way we can boost this away and make happen what we want to happen here? All right, so they have a Blood in the Water, even though they pitched one in a conk on turn 0, or they sink below. Okay. We do not stand blue pummel gravy, even if it's kind of cool. It was cool, but MT. No. I understand that MTGO is known as Moto. I'm trying to understand the question. Like what? Not Smagani. What do you mean? Like recommend MTGO for casual? Like I don't. I don't exactly understand your question. Kind of want to boost this away just to like get value out of it. Maybe we can just set up the heist for next turn. I guess that's fine. I mean, playing processor off the top and cranking it's pretty solid because it allows us to take this to a 4 if they try to like get cute and block a 3. Oh, sure. I mean, they want to they want a compass, which is fine. That's like a perfectly reasonable thing to do. They're gonna block with 1 card. I am gonna play this and crank it. I am definitely okay cranking the Cerebellum processor. So this hits off the top of the deck. They go down to 36 with that. We can pitch the heist to play Pulse Wave Harpoon, and then we can see the last 3 cards in their hand. Kind of hoping to draw something better, or the last 2 cards in their hand, and then we get to take something. So we take the Golden Tipple, and they have a Blood in the Water, and then they have something in Arsenal. I mean, so this feels like this lines up pretty well for us. Yeah, so they cover this, which like we've taken the entire turn from them. They hit Chum off the top. They have a Swabby and a Chum, which is something to be concerned about. I can push 4 points of damage because I don't think arsenaling this is correct. I wish we were going to be able to get value out of the belly here this turn, other than just like 2 points of damage. But maybe I'm just supposed to be okay with 2 points of damage. Hey, what's up, Dot? How are you, buddy? We'll just take this and play a 4-card hand. Seems okay. I mean, we do have 2 items. This feels like we're 1 turn too early for this. Is kind of how this feels. Like if I so they've played a Sink Below and a Blood in the Water. I mean, like they've definitely taken the Fatage slant so far this game. Maybe we play Blue Throttle, play Processor, Crank, and then play Boom Grenade and pass. And then we'll have soup up value. Well, no, if we boost, we won't have anything like that. We could play the processor crank and then come in for 4. I mean, this is probably just better, right? Like this feels like a better play, and we can try to set up here. So I've seen Emma throw Hyper Scrapper like in the middle of a game because he can get full value out of it. But that's also when he's trying to do like a prismatic lens game plan, and that's clearly not the gravy plan here with the way the buttons are set up. So, oh well, all right. So do we want to crank this? Like, I'm very skeptical of setting things up. Yes. And then we're just gonna play this and no crank. And then we're gonna pass. We do not have a single item in the bin yet. Yo, let's go. Havoc with the raid. Yo, Havoc. Thank you for the raid, brother. How was your stream? I hope it went well, dog. Hope it went well. This is discard. Cilio is hard. I agree. I agree. Cilio is hard. Yo, Dennis, what's up, buddy? How are you? Getting of the stream. So sorry for your loss. Thanks. Thanks, Bear. I appreciate that. I appreciate that a whole bunch. It means a lot. Well, we have to discard a card no matter what, right? That's what Loot the Hold does, is we discard a card and then make a gold. Um, so we want to block with Heist because there's no real value, and then we can just get extra value out of it this way. And we can lead on Fender Bender. No, I will not crank because we have a belly leaving this turn. Flesh and Blood is indeed hard. I agree. New to Fab. Oh, dude, let's go. Well, Dennis, man, welcome to Flesh and Blood, dude. Welcome to the stream. I'm glad you're here, and I'm glad you're hanging out with us, man. I tell everybody, this is by far the best competitive card game on the market, in my opinion. It's a phenomenal game, and it will treat you well if you spend the time playing it and working on it, for sure. Another yellow zipper hit is not exactly what we're looking for. So Bread beat me to it before I could punch it into before I could say it out loud. First off, Dennis, thank you so much for the follow on Twitch. I appreciate it. Guys, if you are here for the first time and you're new to the channel, we have 3 questions we ask everybody when they're new. Those questions are: what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Tell me about yourself. Would love to get to know more about you guys. Emma, I was thinking that cutting down on like heists a little bit could be pretty powerful. Like just playing an extra dumpster dive or like MedX or something could be really good, I think. If I ever have to say pitch my Jessica Jones for 2 floating, I'm out. Well, I'm pretty sure Marvel, like, they just dropped a Marvel set for um Magic, if I'm correct, I believe anyway. So I really want to push this boom grenade through. So I think we're going to activate Cerebellum. Let's draw this yellow zipper hit. Are we lucky? We are not lucky. So we're going to crack this off the top of the deck. It's going to be yellow zipper hit for 4 go again. Oh, I would have loved to have drawn that one. That would have been really good. Brian, I appreciate that. Thanks a bunch, man. I appreciate that. It's been a really hard couple of days for me and Carly. Been a really hard like weekend. Taryn has been in Carly's life for 15 years, and she's been in my life for almost 7 years now, and so losing Taryn has been really tough. It's been really tough. What? Like, there's one processor left? Like, we're just gonna get card and dead threads here, right? I really wish we had an item. I really don't want to waste 2 cards, but I suppose that like trying to find something else to do could be worth wasting. Wasting 2 cards, quote unquote. Hey, Drew, I appreciate that, man. What got me is I used to play Magic and Yu-Gi-Oh, but I feel these games are too archaic and Fab appealed to me. I seen it 5 years ago, but no scene here. Small scene here, actually. Oh, pink sauce. What is pink sauce on a hot dog? That is interesting. Well, yeah, Dennis, welcome to the stream, man. Welcome to Flesh and Blood. We are happy to have you. I'm glad you're here hanging out with us, man. we want to activate Heart here. So pushing this through is huge, right? Pushing this through is huge. I just don't know how many times we can um get away with that. Because if we flip this and hit a couple cards and then we can play processor off the top and rip into like a 0 cost attack or even like an item we don't want to put into play, this coming in for 5 would actually be goaded on the sticks. Maybe it's worth it. I don't know. Maybe Emma can go back and like watch this later and tell me if he thinks this is correct or not. And then it is going to be 4 go again. 1, 2. Let's see. We hit what? We had no items in hand, so that's 8 cards, no items is kind of interesting to me. Kind of surprised by that. And then just like getting those cards out of our deck kind of sucks because I would have loved to have had Spark next turn for setup. Gravy Bones mentioned, indeed. Gravy Bones is on the list of heroes that we are testing. It is in fact on the list of heroes that we are testing. I feel like they just have a second conch sitting in their arsenal or something that they want to throw at us. Plus, if they're on CNC, I'm convinced that they're playing Pummel in some capacity. I just don't want to leave myself open to getting blown out by more potential like I want to set this up. I think we need 5-card hands, but I'm really worried about getting blown out by having a BIOS update in my arsenal. I promise we will play Gravy at some point. I promise. E-React incoming? Yeah. Get an ally out of hand, cover this up completely is pretty strong. Should I have boosted last turn? I mean, I wanted to push the value of the gun. I think the answer is always yes, so that we can push the gun value there. This is also the first Tecla Pounder we've seen, so I think Gravies do cheating with CNC now. Oh, they just hit. Well, no, they didn't blind flip, right? They had they probably used Compass. Except for Riftbound, sorry, Aggro and Fab is by far the best game system of any active game. I mean, yeah, I absolutely love Flesh and Blood's game, like mechanics and like just everything about it. It has been my favorite competitive game, bar none. Bar none. Okay, so they did blind compass. Interesting. I mean, you know, sometimes you just gotta pull the Paul Van Geisel and just blind rip that shit off the top of the deck, you know? Sometimes it's just gotta be there. I mean, I understand Dennis completely because I am also like, you know, I am also like slowly like learning Riftbound. I bought some of the champion decks so that my wife and I could learn it together. We thought it would be fun to play. So okay. I mean, this hand's like kind of cheeks, right? Like this hand is like kind of cheeks. Yeah, I was like, you gotta have resources to activate that one. Do we want to kill anything with this, or do I just want to crank processor? I mean, we could try to find something to do off the top of the deck. I feel like we're making their game plan easier, but I feel like I need to put this Teclo Pounder into play. The last processor is here, so if I block like this, we take 1, and then it's Fast and Furious at Swabby, trying to find an item, and then we can end on the Teclo Pounder. Or maybe I just go upstairs. Maybe we just want to go upstairs and like try to take away some of their value. Maybe we overpitch to just keep cards in the deck. That could like also be an option. I could lead on BIOS update if I wanted to and try to force them into like a weird play. I don't really know that I like any of these options. The question is, where's the line between keeping the board clean and going upstairs? I don't think sending one card upstairs that like they probably wanted to block with anyway is going to be the answer to our question. But I'm also worried about getting blown out by a fearless confrontation. So I guess let's go upstairs. We can play backup protocol red off the top of the deck. I mean, not playing Fi, I don't really care about this, right? Like they just get to turn over a card. I can look and see what they turned over after they got it here. Prices in Riftbound have seemed to normalized. They turned over a yellow boom grenade, so like nothing that mattered. It's not like a soup up or anything, so I think we want to pitch the processor. Now we have a Spark of Genius on top of the deck. So is cranking this worth 1 damage? We're losing the value of the card. I don't think I'm going to crank this. I think I would rather have the value that this possesses, like just being in play. We're going to run out the Teclo Pounder, and then next turn we're just going to try to set up. Ay, 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 ay. Oh, we really don't want this to be what we're looking at here. Ugh, it's kind of awkward. If they put Sawbones into play, we're going to have to kill it, unfortunately. They immediately use Gold Kiss Rum and attack us for 4. Well, our hand doesn't really block, so we're just going to take 4. Pretty sure we put all the pounders in, right? I think we're just going to look to... Oh, well, that sucks. I mean, we literally couldn't block this if we wanted to. They blocked with this Call to the Grave. There's only one over here, and they blocked with it, so they've not shuffled, which means their second conk is on the bottom. So if we take this, which I think we have to. Oh. And then they'll attack us with... Okay, they draw a card, put Sawbones into play, hook. All right, I think we have to go to 11 and just hope that their turn's not nearly as good next turn. Yes, we will remove a counter to keep this. So we can play backup protocol red. Do I want to do that, or do I just want to like arsenal the boom grenade and set up? Because we'll have 2 Teclo Pounders in play, and we could draw something much better. So we're just kind of hoping they don't conk. I actually think this is a better line. And then having this set up for next turn could be a lot better. And we'll see what we can pull together. If they have like a CNC or another conk here, we're in a pretty bad spot. But outside of that, I think our turn could be like pretty goated on the sticks, as the kids would say. We also have the option to play the boom grenade off the top of the deck and get something back like a Fast and Furious. There's not a 0 to 60, is there? No, we could zipper hit if we wanted the resources, but we'll probably want to use some resources. Like we'll probably want to like try and play an item off the top of the deck next turn. I don't know. This is how their turn goes is going to dictate how our turn goes in a lot of ways right here. I've heard that getting into Riftbound tournaments was really hard. I've heard that getting into events was really hard for Riftbound. I've heard that's like the worst part of the game by far, is like the quote unquote like lottery system they have. Mojo Magics, thank you so much for the follow over on Twitch. I appreciate that. Guys, if you're here for the first time or you're new to the channel, we got 3 questions we ask everybody. Those questions are: what's your name? What got you into Flesh and Blood? And what are your favorite hot dog toppings? Two Sawbones is a swift kick in the nuts. And this is the discard one. Okay. So we discard a Fender Bender. So I think we can reasonably block here and go to 4. We play Boom Grenade, no crank. We discard Fender Bender. We activate Backup Protocol Red, and we get back a Fender Bender. It's that or a Fast and Furious. Fender Bender's probably just better, although all they have left is Flexors, so I don't really think that the true value is there in Fender Bender. We've seen... So we know that their last Blood in the Water is on the bottom of the deck that they pitched with their conch, but we have yet to see other copies of Sink Below. What do we have left? We have the processor, but there's no spark or anything. I think we have to take 6 here. I just don't think we have a better choice, and I think we're forced into discarding a Fender Bender because I think the throttle is going to push too much damage for us. And then it's going to be play Boom Grenade off the top. We're not going to crank it. And then we're going to activate Backup Protocol Red. And we have 0 costs as an option in case we find items off the top of our deck. What 0 cost items do we have left? There is a red Boom Grenade in our arsenal that we're getting ready to play, a blue one on the board. And there's a blue and a red one there. And then we have 0 items over here. So there's still some boomies we could play off the top of the deck. So Fender Bender gets less value because Flexors and a 3 block covers it up. If they have a 2 block here, we could get punished for not making this play. But I also don't want to churn through our deck by having to activate Heart. So I think we're going to take a Fast and Furious and hope that we can find something cool off the top of the deck. I think that's the ideal scenario for us here because we need to push a lot of damage this turn. These 2 copies of Sawbones are about to hurt a lot. Wait, don't they have a Chum in play? Can I even do this? Oh my god, this is so bad. We can't. The Chum is just a freaking blowout. It's actually just so bad. Oh my god, that's awful. Was I supposed to clear the Chum? Because the game lined up in a way where, we would have had to have boosted 2 attacks at the Chum. And uh, that is tough. That is tough. That's what I'm saying. I think we're at a point now where, I think that if I clear the board, I think we're too far behind to win. I don't think there's enough cards left in our deck. Are you going to activate Chum or are you going to activate Flexors? Neither. Okay. Let's play this and see what happens. Okay, so there's no allies in hand. Be a 2 block, please. And it's not. Yep. So I think this loses us the game. They have to clear one of these guys. The crazy part's they still get to attack us for lethal. Like they literally just get to ship the chum into us. Oh my god. And we have to block. Hate to say it, gang, this one might be over 1 or less, so having that doesn't even do anything. What does us winning look like from here? What does us winning the game look like from here? I am desperately trying to figure out what us winning the game looks like. So we play Cerebellum Processor and crank it, and then get blown out by a chum activation. Play Cerebellum Processor and Teclocore. If we crank Cerebellum Processor and then we play Teclocore, we're setting ourselves up for line that doesn't really pan out for us. What if I was to go upstairs for 8, play Processor, crank, play Teclocore? Like we're not getting the value out of this if I play it and crank it because we lose the counter, play this next turn. And I think us playing this next turn is what it's going to look like for us winning. Maybe I just have to go upstairs and see what we can do. Maybe we just have to go upstairs and see what we can do. If they use Sawbones activation on the attack, we will play the Teclocore off the top of the deck, play Processor and Crank, and then we will run out the Sawbones. Actually, we're gonna play Processor Crank, use the gun to shoot the Sawbones. Yeah. That way we get to keep the extra counter on it. It's one of those like small things that I think is just technically better play. But now because they didn't, we don't really have a play no matter what. So we're going to rip this off the top of the deck. We're going to play Processor. We're not going to crank. And we're just going to have to go absolutely insane over the next couple of turns. Hey, what's up, Andrew? I'm glad you could come by. I appreciate it. Simply play Aurora and win this matchup. I mean, I would have to play the matchup to know that I'm entirely on board with that train of thought. But I'll take your word for it, Dot, since I've not played enough. Since I've not really played enough. Oh my god, this is so bad because they can respond to this. They respond to Chum with this. Like I think we are COOKED, as they would say, cooked. This is for 9. If you're in Twitch chat, you should be able to link. I mean, Arc Lightning is in fact pretty good. Sorry, somebody asked earlier why we're not on max Vs. I apologize, I was not ignoring you. We are not on max Vs in this list because Emma and Jesse are firm believers that you get a lot more value out of like playing like this anti-fatigue plan, like with this strategy that they have come up with. And so, like, you have a really good anti-fatigue plan with Lens, but we did not board for anti-fatigue because I think the objective in this matchup is just to try to like run them over. But our draws did not pan out that way at all. I mean, yeah, if there's 17 more cards in our deck, then like, I mean, it's also kind of weird because like we're not down 17 more cards. We're also like, yeah, that's game, right? I mean, we could technically block, but I'm just not going to. But like, if we're not, there it is, good game. If we're not down 17 cards, we're also like giving up a lot of value by like not being able to play like on rate stuff, and everything that Dash plays is on rate. So I don't know. I feel like there's a little bit of like flawed logic, but like I hear what you're saying. Like playing an aggro deck that can like apply pressure to gravy and not lose cards out of their deck is really good. I also feel like good gravy players just like adapt and play differently, like they do in Descendera. Like it's slightly unfavored for them, but it seems like it's still like a good, like an okay matchup. Um, yeah, I agree. Like the more we play Dio, the better the results will get. Like, and I've won a lot of like off game streams playing Dio so far. Um, the deck is a lot of fun, and this matchup has seemed to be the one that has cursed me the most so far, and I don't know why. I got to ask this. I am 0-2 into this matchup, and I got to ask Emma what I'm doing wrong, because I'm sure I'm doing something wrong in this matchup. I just don't know why. Like I think not going first was big, and then it also felt like some of like my draws like lined up weird, and I feel like a better Dio would have won more. Like would have gotten more points into them. Um, didn't see a lot of early setup. Op was on CNC as well as Conk. Um, got fatigued down the stretch through damage. What else really went wrong that game? Like their D-Reacts lined up well. Like the blind hit and Blood in the Water was pretty good for our opponent, but I don't really feel like that's worth making a note of. Like if that happens, sometimes it's just going to happen, right? Where? Hmm. I don't know. I'll come back. I'll have to watch that game later and see what we can figure out about it, because like there's definitely got to be better play lines somewhere in there. I mean, we boosted quite a few reds if I remember correctly. We want to go first in this matchup. Good luck and have fun. This is a full stack 'em. Um, yeah, I mean, that's kind of like what I was saying, is that like I don't really think there's like a 100% like, you know, like there's not it just feels very hard to compare, is like what I would say. We literally just play all 72 in this matchup and just try to rock 'em sock 'em robots and get some early stuff into play. But yeah, I agree, it's hard to like make that comparison. Like that makes a lot of sense. Jarl, and we are going first. What the helly? So I definitely don't want to put Lens into play this early. So we're gonna play Boom Grenade and crank it. Oh, they're on Civic Steps. Interesting. And then we're gonna play Plasma Mainline, and we're just gonna pitch both of these, and we're gonna go from there, because Plasma Mainline on turn 0 is really good. Like this is like one of the best turn 0 pieces we can put in play. Exposed to the elements, huh? All right. Blow up my accelerator. I'm really interested to see that you're playing a no block into me. That's intriguing. Okay, so you're on like an aggro Jarl. You are on an aggro Jarl. Also, like, I feel like this being like a one cost attack would line up better in most hands. They did in fact do the thing. Boom Grenade goes away. We're just gonna have to arsenal this and pass. Okay. I mean, yeah. I guess we'll pitch a fender bender. All right. I feel like our opponent's draws have been pretty good so far to this point. So this is for 5. We block with a yeah, Victor definitely got some LL points this weekend. Are you like hard locked on Dio? Oh, I'm very open to heroes right now, Dot. I'm just kind of testing Dio because I'm trying to like learn something fun and new. I really don't want to know with the way that their deck is set up. I really don't want to give them another slot. So I'm kind of thinking that we might block like this so we don't have to discard. And then I'm just going to play Spark for 0, pitching Fast and Furious. And we're just going to go get like a Teklo core, I think is going to be the plan. I really hate that we weren't able to like keep a couple of blues with this and like set this up. Yo, Delph, hit me with a dog. Hit me with some sauce. What about Puffin? I mean, I've also got Jesse. Jesse's also on the team working on Puffin, so like that's a very real option as well. Do we want to get Convection Amplifier out? Like, is that a really early game play? I feel like Teklocore is just gonna like help us play through like this early game nonsense that they're really doing, and plus it's gonna help us use this backup protocol red in our I don't think this is worth a counter. Puffin is a very fun hero. I agree. Rouse and Jarl's not something you see every day. Rouse and Jarl is not something you see every day. All right, is this a take it on the chin and try to like flip it from here? I have a glacial and an E-strike. Have I considered Puffin unironically? Yeah, like they're like Emma and Jesse are working on it. Like it's a hero that like we've talked about a little bit. I'm trying to figure out like if we just want to go like hard next turn and just like try to like get super aggressive and like put the boom grenade into play and like try to not get blown out by a blizzard or something. Let's take 7. Like we'll see what they throw at us after this, but I mean it can't be I would like to think it can't be too damning, but it wouldn't be the first time I've been wrong. So block Hyper Scrapper 0 to 60. The 2 resources allow me to play Boom Grenade and Crank. I mean, do we just block with 0 to 60? We can play this and add an extra counter and like try to set up a little bit. I mean, there's no way. Like, if we just take 5, I'm literally just pitching this, right? And then that doesn't feel very good because my resources are for outpace. So, like, if we block 0 to 60 in here, I'm really not a fan of this. But somebody mentioned to me in one of my YouTube videos that they felt like Mario was on a little bit of a downswing, and it's kind of interesting to think about, right? I think it's very interesting to consider because could actually be like an accurate representation with some of like the hate that has been coming out towards Mario. We could see less Mario in the meta. So we can play this and crank it and then give it a counter and try to set up for next turn. Right? I'm pretty sure that we can do this. That would be fine. And then we could try to arsenal like an outpace. Because we still have our headpiece to play around like CNC or something, and we know they have an E-strike in their arsenal. Maybe I'm just supposed to play the backup protocol red and then in my turn on the boom grenade. I just really want to have a 5-card hand. I think we're going to play this. I mean, Bludger's very good. Yeah, this Jarl definitely chose violence, but that's okay. We're going to crank this, and then we are going to move a counter. I think this is fine. And then I think we're just going to lead on Outpace and we'll boost. I really like the Fast and Furious here. What? I am so confused. What? They're just like full in on racing me. They must have a very disruptive hand. Hey, Damien, what's up, buddy? I mean, that is just so bizarre to me. Yeah, I'm just intrigued because I don't like. I mean, their list must be very like aggressive into aggro decks if that is the plan. So we can boost this away. Does this technically has crank? Although, I mean, yeah. Oh, we have to, right? Oh, I have to. I can't not put a counter on it there. 3 out of 4 of our new local testing team made our Nats top 8. Yo, Sprite, that's awesome. Congrats, buddy. I am intrigued that they just took the damage. Like I have to admit, I was not ready for that game plan from Jarl. That was not something I was expecting. It's kind of interesting though, right? Because like we know they have the E strike. We know they have the E strike. I mean, this hand's pretty solid. All different decks too. Oh, that's cool. Could have cucked us so hard because of this soup up coming up next turn. I mean, the Teklo core kind of made it to where that was always not going to be the case, right? Command and Conquer and Disable are revealed. So it's going to be 7 into E Strike, right? Are we just blocking before like we have to worry about something? Like I guess we can just block the second thing. I just don't want to like get blown out by something here. So there's like a really solid chance that this is going to be CNC in Arsenal. And we've already seen a Blizzard pitched. Yeah, no, they're on a very aggressive Jarl list. It's actually really interesting to see. It's really intriguing. I've enjoyed watching this game so far. So I think let's lead on Soup Up. We just had Teklo Core leave, so this is 4 going in. And if they juice us with a Blizzard, we have a blue, so we're gonna be okay. Wow. They are just drawing heat if they are just no block every single thing I do. I'm so intrigued by this. Do we arsenal this just to crown it away so that we can have another setup? We can have another card for offense. We could also just play this and get the resources out of it. So I think that shooting the gun is just better here, right? If I end up playing Jarl, I highly doubt it ends up being like a version of this. This is like hyper aggressive Jarl, and I don't really know how I feel about that. Okay. So in 5 turns, they have seen 2 channels, 2 winter bites. They've played 2 Rows, 2 Frost Fangs, and a Terrace Under. We're not really in a position to take 9. I mean, like, what is the plan here? We know this is still a CNC, just big chillin'. So if I crown this away, I draw into Zipper Hit. We block with... Really need this to block, honestly. Because I would love to be able to, like, play the Spark and set up a little bit here, but the problem is that it's going to end my turn. I have nothing else that I can do after that because everything costs 2. The problem is blocking 9 means that I'm literally passing with 2 things I can't do. Like, channel literally just means that we don't get to have a turn if we block 9. I could block 6, play this. It would cost 2. I think I would rather keep the throttle in my deck, right? So I would block 6, take 3. We would play Techlocore. Actually, I would play Boom Grenade and crank it, give it a counter, and then we would play Techlocore. I think this is fine because we're clearing up our arsenal. We're setting up the Techlocore so that even if they keep the channel around, we're going to be okay. Okay, so this is going to cost 2, then this is going to cost 1. Yeah, I would like to crank it. Yes, I would like to move a counter. We're running out of real estate here where we can get aggressive. So I think I'm just gonna make sure we have resources every turn and just pass. Yeah. Okay. I mean, they have 2 ice cards. So going to 4 allows us to do what? If I block like this and take 6, I'm going to have 2 resources. Zipper Hit is going to cost 3, and Dumpster Dive is going to cost 2. So Stalagmite would just be an absolute blowout here. What if I blocked like this and we could keep the Zipper Hit? The extra Frostbite would mean that we're just playing Convection Amplifier and passing. Because we would have to use the resources for that. We could block 9, play this and crank. No, I think we have to play it like this. I think we need to set up a 5-card hand. Surely they can't do it again, right? Surely they can't do it again. I mean, would not be the first time this game that I've said that so far. Yeah, we're gonna keep a counter on Boom Grenade. Techlocore is gonna give us resources. We're gonna play Convection Amplifier. We cannot crank it, therefore we cannot move a counter to it, I'm pretty sure. Oh, you can? 3 dominates, like, where are we at? How many counters do I have on this? 2? I have a lot of equipment left. Let's say yeah, because I genuinely, I don't know. Like, I don't know what we're looking for at this point. I would love to be able to block with one of these Techlo Pounders. There's only one ice card. So Channel's gone. We lose Boom Grenade. I mean, they're at 13, so we can be a little careful with we can be a little risky with our life total here. So the 2 resources means that I can play Zipper Hit and try to find something off the top, and then, like, cheese out a Teklo Pounder with 4 counters on it. There's just not a way for me to play both Teklo Pounders. It's just not doable. I think just holding a Teklo Pounder is fine. Hey, what's up, Dylan? Yeah. Yeah, left. They're on a lot of damage in this deck. It's very interesting. And an aggro AF Victor rushed me down. I mean, it does pan out like that sometimes, you know? Drawing 2 in the same hand on turn 7 is unfortunate, but probably one of the main issues with running 72 cards. All right. Yeah. I mean, if like this has got to be the thing we're looking to do this for. The hell are they going to put on the bottom? E-Strike? Yeah, they're going to put E-Strike on the bottom. This makes me want to play Red Thunderquake, Glacial Jarl again. I mean, that is a legal thing you can play in CC right now. I will say that. Like, that is a legal thing you can play in CC. All right. This feels like our turn. I mean, we also have the option to just like block 6 and run this guy out and then just like make them do something. It's also our last Teklo core counter. I mean, our hand isn't what I would call the most aggressive in the world, right? So we could crown, go to 2, and then put Boom Grenade on the bottom, or put this Teklo Pounder on the bottom and like kind of like change out our hand a little bit here. And then we would have to dominate the throttle for 10. 3, 5, 7, 9, 11. They get to cover it up and give us a Frostbite. They would have 3 cards left in hand from there, and then it would be red Zipper Hit plus the 0 to 60. And if we find something off the top, we could try to make something happen. I just don't think this hand's good enough, right? Like, this hand just does not feel good enough to like close the game this turn. But I think we're running out of breathing room. Like, I just don't know what else we're gonna draw, right? Because they still have multiple threats. Like, they have a Frostfang, 2 CNCs, 2 Spinals. They have a Rouse. They have 2 Terra Sunders. They have 2, like, they have all their Oakenolds they haven't seen yet. So I think we're just gonna cycle away the Teklo Pounder in our hand. And we're gonna try to make something happen. I think this is like the unfortunate reality that I'm living in now. And sees Ripple TV. I don't know what Ripple TV is. We are definitely testing a new hero for the PT. That is for sure, Dylan. That is for sure. All right, Ween Aggro Blaze fan is watching. I love that they watch like once a night. It always cracks me up. We need this not to be a D react. It probably is though, right? All right, we cannot draw cards. So we are gonna play this and crank it. Damn, I would have loved to have had that one off the top instead. We're gonna activate this. It's not even gonna be for 10. It's gonna be for 8. So it's even worse than I thought. That kind of sucks. So yeah, we're gonna boost. That is a lot of equipment. Damn, that's a lot of equipment. Wow. How far are you willing to go for this? I mean, I can just let this lose go again, right? Like, we already have an action point. This doesn't matter. Um, yeah, we have an extra action point. This is fine, right? So we can let this happen, play the Techlo Pounder and pass. And then they take 8 down to 6. Are they trying to Okanold us here is the question? Or are they going to block with 2 cards? Because if they block with 2 cards, we're still in an okay spot. Oh yeah, this is this is can't draw. This is can't draw, not go again, Brian. But I definitely understand like where the concern would have been there. Like what were you so willing to eat a boom grenade from 13 to keep? Like what can you one card you have 2 Oakenolds in hand? Like we already know we have a card that doesn't block, right? Off the null time zone. So maybe playing this is incorrect. It's just Spinal Crush. So we block 9. Is there a 0 to 60 over here that's red? There is. I unironically think this is going to be okay, right? The red protocol feels actually really good right here because we get to play red protocol. We get to crank it. We get to activate it. We get to return a 0 to 60. Or if there's like a soup up or something. Like if we had a resource here, which I know doesn't work that way. I would grab like an outpace or something. I guess we've cranked. No, it doesn't matter, right? Like it's they're actively the same card. So we get to activate this, and then this is gonna be 8 go again. I mean, if they block with stalagmite, which they 100% should here, they can like deny us the gunshots, which is really smart on their part. But if they not blocking with stalagmite would be a really big punt, in my opinion. Okay. And yeah, the frostbite prevents us from doing anything. I feel like all things considered, we had a pretty decent turn right there. And we are dead to having 2 items in our hand. It's unfortunate. We are not dead. We go to 1. It's so funny. They literally could have just killed us right there. Not having an attack here feels insanely criminal. Does putting this into play matter? I don't think it does, right? I know what they were doing. They were keeping the D-React so that they could try to stay alive through Techlo Pounder nonsense. Because if we had like a throttle here, it would have been for like 10, which would have been insanely strong. And that being for 10 would have been really good because, yeah, that would have been lethal if they didn't have a D-React. So they saved that, which is actually a really heads up play. But we would have just died to them attacking us, which is kind of funny. So we have to have a yellow item over here, and we don't. We only have a red. So we could put a backup protocol red back on top of the deck, which means if we're in another situation where we keep 1 blue, um, does playing this make sense? I think it does. And then we just get to crash the boards for 2. Having 2 items there is awkward. They could have also just not had any blues. That's very true. They don't have any blues and they can't swing the Titan's Fist. I mean, they've not shown us any they've not shown us any D-React so far, to my knowledge. I don't think they've played one at all. Like, this has been all gas, no brakes. Okay. Eight, go again. Yep, so we block 9. And then they're going to ensure that we're dead to the Titan's Fist or the 7. Interesting. Yeah, it had to be all reds last turn. It's literally the only thing that makes sense now. I have to admit, the aggro version of this deck was really interesting. The fact that they had to threaten 89 damage is kind of hilarious. What was their AVPT? 10.5? That's really not great. They had a lot of good disruption, though, into us, which was solid. I mean, I just don't think our plan lined up well against what they were doing, right? Because they decided to play aggro Jarl, and on turn 0, they exposed to the elements our accelerators, Icequake, Frostfang, Winter's Bite into Terra Sunder Hammer, Rouse the Ancients into Frostfang, and then they had Rouse the Ancients. They played 2 Rouse the Ancients very early. I don't remember what it was. It was Rouse the Ancients into Frostfang. They had a Rouse the Ancients turn. They had a Spinal Crush turn. They had a Icequake and a Command and Conquer turn. Then after that was the Channel Lake Frigid turn. Or maybe it was the Channel turn was a turn before. But either way, like, was set up very well into our deck for sure. I've never heard of Expose the Elements. I mean, Expose the Elements is a very, very good card. It's very strong into aggro decks for sure. It is very strong into aggro decks. Oh, that's not how we do that. We needed a backspace there. Like, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not a believer in Exposed to the Elements in any version of Jarl. I think that card's a trap for the most part. But like, it was obviously it showcased very well and out against us that early in the game there. Aggro Jarl ran us over. I did not get a Pounder in play until turn 7. Turn 0 mainline was good. They had lots of disruption early. All right, well, first couple of games have not went our way, but that's okay. All right, we're going to turn it around right here. We are going to turn it around right here and see what we can get figured out. Against Mario. All right, this was a matchup I played the other day that I ended up winning. Felt like they were blocking more than they wanted to. I'm not sure if this is an accelerator or in a plating matchup. I think this is a plating matchup. I don't think this is an accelerator matchup. The Mario button is everything but Lens, NTZ, mainline, and 1 backup protocol red. So I think we're gonna try plating. I think I was playing accelerator in this matchup the other day, but I think I want to try it with plating and see how it feels. See if we can get something go with adaptive plating. Mario, and I'm going second. I do like the idea of being able to play Cerebellum Processor on turn 0. And then potentially like playing Spark for something on our turn to like go get a Teclo Pounder could be good. I think all the Jarls should play Exposed because it can't break my compass. That's funny. Can Expose to the elements? Yeah, because it has a thing with Tech 0 on it, right? Is what it says. If I remember correctly. We're gonna play this no crank. And we're gonna see if they get aggressive. I just want to get this into play. Drawing red boom grenades not where we want to be, but it's okay. Toxin? Damn, deck, really? That's actually so fucking obnoxious. All right. What's the plan? If I pitch soup up, we could play red boom grenade. I really don't want to let them block with their headpiece here is the problem. Ugh. What is the play here? If we pitch boom grenade to boost zipper hit, we play spark for 0. We have 2 cards in hand. The only way that lines up is if we find an item off the top of the deck to play. If we pitch the soup up, we just end up with a red boom grenade in our hand. I don't want to attack them. Is that what our hand does though? Like this doesn't say X or less, unfortunately. So we have to go get something with cost 1 if we do this. If we pitch 2 cards into this, which is what I would like to do. But I think we're just required to like we would have to boost. I guess we're just gonna let him block with the headpiece. It sucks, but I think that's just what we're gonna do. Yeah, we get our teaser 1 trailer tomorrow for set 20 tomorrow, which is kind of cool. Are we winning? I am not winning a lot tonight. Not winning a lot tonight. Partly, I think it's due to I'm only about 15 games into the Dio deck, and this is a pretty hard deck to learn consistently. And then partly because we played like our first game. The Gravy Bones matchup is one I'm really struggling with. And then the Gravy Bones matchup is one I'm really struggling with, and we just played an aggro Jarl, which was kind of interesting. So we are in fact not winning this evening, but that is okay. We still got some time before Vegas. We already have a processor in play. I think this is just a Teklo core. We can just put Teklo core into play and draw a card. Of course, we draw something we don't really want to draw, which is like fine, I guess. So I can block 6 this turn, and we can just end with a pounder in play. Discard an assassin attack, target dagger gets +3. So this does not count. So this is probably going to be the go again piece. So if we want to block this out effectively, we're going to have to we could block 3 here off Boom Grenade. We could block like this and then give this up, and then this goes up to 9 and we're covering this. Yeah, because this is only target dagger gets +3. Why is bringing Teklo Pounder in this matchup a nightmare? Like I'm just curious to know why you feel that way. Because Emma says to do it, and if I'm just being honest, like Emma's the best Dio player I know. Arguably one of the best 5 Dio players, arguably the best Dio player in the world, in my opinion. Like, I think Emma is like one of the top 5 Dio players that breathes right now. So if he says to do it, I'm pretty on point with doing it. I'm just curious to know why you think we shouldn't, because I'm always open to hearing what other people have to say and want to talk about. Okay. Connor does it and he's the GOAT. I mean, Connor is an amazingly good Dio player. Connor is an amazingly good Dio player. Could not agree with you more. So we're going to have 2 resources. I would like to play this off the top if I can, and we could go like double soup up or something. Yeah, I have 0 interest in blocking this shit, dog. 0. Scar tissue. double scar tissue. Dude, my guy is goated on the sticks over here. We're getting juiced, brother. Hit me with that codex, leave no witnesses life. You don't have a leave no witnesses. So it's just pass. Okay. We get 2 resources. What do we have over here that we could use for like crazy values? Zipper hit's probably the best one we have. So we have boom grenade from Arsenal. Yes, we will crank it. We are going to. Do I want to Arsenal this boom grenade? I think we want to continue to try to chain together like 5-card hands. I would like to crank this. I think that would be a good play. And then it's going to be activate this. Wait, do they play? All right, so they know our whole hand. I was gonna say we're gonna like give them known information last, but they know our whole hand. Do we want harpoon for maximum disruption? Maybe because the 5 and the 4 might be kind of the same here. We could just go like 4 into 4 and like try to like. We're only gonna get to look at 2 cards though. We're just gonna take zipper hit because it's just better disruption. Why do you run dumpster dive? I'm playing dumpster dive because Emma has it in the list over Medex. I know that his like original version of the deck before US Nationals was on Medex, but I think in this heavy fatigue meta, Emma has valued the additional +1 value of like being on like a 1 for 5. Could be pretty solid. Like just like having that like 5 power attack could be really good. I think is what Emma has been going for mostly. Second D react. Okay. Do I get your last 2 cards here, or what's the plan? Gravy Dio is hard for both sides. I mean, I'm going to be honest. It feels like my opponents have not been struggling with the matchup. And that's probably like more like. That's probably more. I think we're just going to play this and set it up, right? I think that has more to do with the fact that like my opponent understands the matchup most of the time and I do not. I think can be quite awkward sometimes. What the? Okay. Also, like, this hand is like buns. I mean, we could block and force them to flick. I could give the rest of my equipment. That just feels so wrong. So we have a boom grenade with a counter on it, which means we want to get value out of it this coming turn. Are we even going to be able to push enough damage to like try and do something? My God, this is so bad. And like the 1 card we keep, we can't even play. Holy fuck, this is bad. Guess we're taking 9. We've had some awkward hands. They're gonna draw 2 cards here, which is very bad for us, and we're down 18 points. Like this has definitely been like feels like a very like testing night of how much do I really like playing Dio is kind of what it's felt like. I want to avoid getting marked, so we're gonna do this, right? Actually, what does my hand look like if we play this out this way? So it is. I want to block like this and crank so that this has go again. No, I just want to block like this, right? Like we're literally going to play Convection Amplifier and Teclo Pounder, and we're going to Arsenal the soup up and pass. I think that's our play. Except we're going to keep this here. Like we're just going to have to hope to like start going ham after this, I think. I don't really know that we have another choice. I would like to keep the boom grenade around. We're going to pitch this, put this into play, and then we're going to play Teklo Pounder number 2, and we're going to Arsenal the soup up. Okay. I mean, this hand seems solid. We have a lot of armor to jam in front here to protect us. So I think that most Dios are on Teklo Pounder in this matchup because I think your Mario opponent can just decide to fatigue you if you don't do anything, right? Like if you just don't like have like a plan, like I think a lot of decks just naturally come prepared to fatigue you. And I think that's really tough to deal with in a lot of ways. I know we're giving up a point of value here, but I just feel like I have to we just have to do this. I really don't want to like get juiced by something. So we take 6 this way down to 7. We do not crank this. This feels fine. Soup Up is better than BIOS Update. I could also just block with Throttle instead of playing the Teklo Trebuchet. I'm leaving myself open to like a T-Tox line here. Would be bad. What is the point of using Cogworks? What is Cogwork? I'm not of blocking with the rings there. Like just to get value out of it. I'm guaranteed to get value right there, and I'm not always guaranteed to get value later. This is a codex. It's gonna feel bad. And I guess codex doesn't really matter, right? All right, what is the play here? So we've had an item leave play. I have nothing over here that I can hit. Of course, I guess that's what happens when you draw all of your items. It's tough to get them into the banish zone. Maybe I'm not making enough plays to put them into the banish zone. All right. Guess it's just time to start getting in there. I mean, I'm worried we're too far behind, but I mean, if we had like taken 2, or if I had like blocked with Crown of Providence, we could have kept the throttle, the blue throttle, so that we could throw Teklo Trebuchet. But I just felt like blocking was probably a more consistent play, considering the life totals and where the game is at right now. Plus, Teklo Trebuchet, I'm pretty sure says the next thing you boost on the combat chain. It's so funny that I'm getting an ad for Excellence Resorts. It's where so I haven't got to tell you guys about this yet, but Carly and I are actually going out of town next weekend, or like we're leaving this weekend to go to the Dominican Republic. Was last turn another cut turn, so they know we have the harpoon. I mean, yeah, I guess we should. Do they know we have this? I'm not sure. We should lead on known information first, I suppose. Yeah, Carly and I leave on Saturday, and we're going to an all-inclusive resort for a week. Which with like everything that just happened with Taryn feels like a nice time to get away. It revealed Kiss of Death and Under the Trapdoor, but at the same time, like I wish it wasn't coming right before Vegas. I wish it was like after Vegas because I feel like I need to prep a lot for Vegas or figure out what I'm going to be playing. Yes, Pounder's our first attack. Yeah, that's correct. Just play Betsy again? Yeah, something like that. Something like that. All right. Well, the fact that they're not blocking is terrifying, and they clearly plan to give something go again. So, two pumps and one of them being a T-Tox just kills us here. What cards should we keep? I mean, we could throw the 0 to 60 for 8 dominate if we get to keep one card, which is like fine, I guess. 8 like we could just go 8 dominate into I guess I would just want to go 8, right? So I guess we should block like this because I'm planning on them having red back. If they also have the T-Tox, which is pretty probable, they haven't played 1 in 5 turns. We're just dead. But I don't think there's a world where we can do anything else, right? Betsy is good now, right? Right? Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. The deck definitely got a big improvement, but it's not definitely not where. Okay. So we're at 1 because of flick knives. Like we're automatically at 1. I mean, yeah, we can just never beat T-Tox, I don't think, in this situation. And then this is 1. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. Don't be suspicious. I think we just have to block like this and just hope it's not there, right? Because we're going to go to 1 off of the Kiss of Death. I mean, I guess I'm going to try to look for. Actually, that's just wrong, right? We should block like this. Yep. Yep, that is going to do it. Man, I am not playing very well tonight. Sedge.
So you get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir.
I'm not playing very well this evening. Apologize, everybody. Loss. I spent too much time drawing hands that wanted to set up and did not go and did not play offense. Felt like too many hands with 2 items where I could not get the wheels rolling. All right. Well, I got to tell you, when I sat down the night to play, 0 and 3 was not what I had on my bingo card. Oh, is there an error? Did Talishar just like shit the bed? Please tell me no. Maybe a Betsy game to freshen up. I mean, as much as I appreciate it, like any games that I play on Talishar between now and like Vegas are either testing a deck that I think I might play or are going to be um or are going to be helping somebody test. Now, I'm actually kind of intrigued. I want to run this back because this was that last one was the first Jarl I've lost into. We need to talk after that game. I'm sorry. Oh, Luke, was that you? Yeah, Luke. If you're in Team VC, I'll probably be around later. I need to ask Emma about the deck and how I'm playing it and stuff like that. So, I mean, I feel like you played the game really well. Like, I don't really feel like you juiced me that hard or anything, though. Maybe you did. Maybe you did juice me. I don't know. If you did, it didn't feel like I was getting put into the blender or anything. Get him to play Fi, please. Now listen, guys. I will say I enjoyed playing Fi enough this weekend that I am considering Fi for the PT. The fuck? Embolden. Ashlyn did teach me to play Fi. I learned a lot from her teaching me on the stream the other night. I felt like I got a lot out of that. I am so perplexed by this. Okay. We're going to win this game. Embolden Jarl. We can do this. We got this. Yeah, I would like to remove a counter. That would be fine. So we're gonna play Boom Grenade off the top of the deck. We are not going to crank it. And then I'm gonna run out this Teklo core. We're gonna set up, and I'm gonna arsenal this Fender Bender. Okay, this hand seems awkwardly fine. I really want to get this into play. I mean, I guess it does work out pretty well with our hand. They're at 42. They have the +3 from the Embolden. Just go again. Is this just going to be go again into Titan's Fist here? No. Okay, so the Embolden did virtually nothing. What does the Trunks do? It's been a minute since I've read this. Create an embodiment of Earth token. So, what if we went Outpace, Boost, Fender Bender, Boost into... If we could play an item off the top of the deck and they don't block with Stalagmite, we could play Backup Protocol, crank, and play Teklo Pounder, or save the Backup Protocol for another turn. I think this is a take 7 turn, though. I think this is a take 7. Now listen, if there's something I do like, it is Thump and Pummel. I will say that. Thump and Pummel sends a message. Sends a message to your opponent. I think we're going to lead on Outpace. Boosting away Spark of Genius is a less than ideal proposition, but... Okay, Outpace, get myth by a sink below. Okay, so this is more of the Jarl build that I was expecting. They're on 68 cards into us. Why? I'm very perplexed by their 68 card choice into us. Another Spark of Genius is less than ideal. Needed room for the Embolden. Oh, that's funny. Now listen, I do think that there's a world where Concuss has a real home in Lyeth. Also, Terra Sunder's insane in that deck. If you play a Fi at Pro Tour, you can be a part of the Fi dinner happening at some point. Yo, there's a Fi dinner at Pro Tour? I mean, I feel like I have to play Fi just to be a part of the cool kids table. That does sound pretty fun. There's no world I'm supposed to, like, risk this and draw this early, right? Like, that just, like, feels so wrong to me. I think we're just gonna run this out. I think we're gonna run this out, and we can arsenal the backup protocol red. Lupin and I were trying to link and build on something. I mean, listen, I'm in. Like, John's great. You're great. Why? This sounds like an awesome dinner. Rose said, I want to come to the Phi dinner. This feels like a moderately reasonable hand to maybe block or not block at all. Yo, are you about to Ice Quake in the Titan's Fist? Interesting. I mean, I really don't want to, like, just no block this. That feels kind of like greedy, but at the same time... Wait, can I? Can we do this? Take 4, play backup protocol red, no crank, and then play... And then we can arsenal the throttle? That's actually fine, right? Yeah, that's actually insane. It's a really good play, because we're only going to have the 1 Frostbite. All right, so the resources pop. We're going to play backup protocol red. We are going to crank it because we have to if we want to get our other Tekla Pounder into play. One of our other Tekla Pounders into play. I mean, I think everybody likes Phi more than they like Syndra, right? Like, I think that's just a fact, you know? I think that's just a fact. Now, playing Phi this past weekend at the and I really want to set up a 5-card hand, but also, like, putting this into play seems pretty good. Man, that throttle is just so good. I think we just have to keep the throttle. I know that we live in, like, the constant, like, world of, like, we don't want to draw boom grenades, but I mean, Jesus, this was our only resource card, so thank God we kept it. Yeah, this is not a great hand. I wonder if this hand is, like, blocked down play boom grenade or something. I just like flick knives. I mean, Syndra definitely does flick knives better than most other things, that's for sure. I guess I'm in the minority. Listen, Odd, I'm not actually judging you for whatever you want to do. If you want to play Syndra, I think that's great. I'm a firm believer in play whatever makes you happy. I mean, I think we're just going to keep the harpoon in our hand. Oh, no, that doesn't work, does it? Sorry. Shit. That just does not work. It would cost 3 to attack for 10. I just don't feel like we're there yet. I just do not feel like we have assembled Exodia. Oh. This is not our Exodia turn. And then we're not going to crank the boom grenade. Maybe I'm playing this wrong. Maybe I should be looking to get more value out of the backup protocol than I should the boom grenade. But with a 2 cost in Arsenal, I just feel like we should be looking to try to get value out of the boom grenade here and just try to go, like, ham. Oh my God. Taylor is just always out here on the stream delay. Listen, if there's anything that I've learned about Taylor, it's that he does like to lay the bait for you all, but he does genuinely believe most of the things that he says. they keep channel and play, like, we can still play this handout. 3, 2, 1. Yeah, so we can still play this handout. The old plow under. Taylor is super based and woke me up to wanting a rotation over LL. I don't know that I've ever seen a comment and wish I had not read something more in my life. Taylor will now be insufferable because you have said that. And I say that with all the love I can in my heart for Taylor. All right, so we are losing our throttle. Which means I think we're going to take 2, not activate, and we're gonna activate our backup protocol red to get a outpace. I think is gonna be the plan. We're gonna pitch the processor. Taylor said always was. That's based. Oh my god. Let's get our outpace back. All right. Yeah, I would like to keep this in play. Thank you. And then we have 8. Go again. A go again, no equipment has a low impact of being has a low likelihood of being good this turn, but Taylor put me to sleep and convinced me more I wanted to keep LLC. Now that's what I'm talking about. Get him. Get him. Let him have it. Everybody knows we love Taylor. Taylor's great. He's like our resident little grump, that he's like a little grumpy, Taylor's a little grumpy, but he's our grump, he's our grump, and that's okay. Yes. That is not an item that we can crank, but it is a good item to put into play. Glad I'm playing the best deck ever. I am enjoying Dio. I'm not playing very well with it tonight, but couple of rounds of Arc Raiders. So I don't know how much Arc Raiders you guys have played recently, but I am really hung up on the expedition right now, and it's really frustrating me. So I'm on the last page of the expedition before you have to put all of the money stuff and supplies and stuff into the expedition. And I'm looking for the purple ships, the Dorada, whatever it's called. I need the purple ones are the ones that I need. And I found in the last 2 days, I found 5 gold ships, a bunch of blue ones, a bunch of green ones, but I can't find the purple ones to save my life anywhere. And I've been on for 2 straight days. I've played nowhere, but I played Riven Tides has been my only play. They clearly want to keep their hand if they're blocking like this. Yo, that's actually kind of crazy. Do we let the Techlo Core go to throw another 3? Feels like the answer is no, right? I feel like we're just supposed to push for 3 after this and try to take a card. If they want to keep their hand that bad, I am more than okay to just push. I just play the core in Arsenal to Fast and Furious. It's very possible that was just the correct play. All right, they must have an Oakenold or something here if they're just taking this damage because they took the boom grenade. And I was not expecting that. Icequake's become pretty popular, which I think it kind of always has been, to be honest, but 9 big ones, huh? Isn't exactly what I'd call a blocking hand. So block throttle, take 6, play yellow boom grenade, and pass. That does not feel like a great plan. No, that's fine, actually. Because of the frostbite, it works out very well. Yeah, this is fine. As an army vet, the grump is always my favorite, so just keep on keeping on. I mean, everybody likes what they like, Taylor's pretty great. I will definitely say that. Taylor is pretty great. I literally thought we didn't draw a card that boosted, and I was like, okay, killing myself right away. Also, this hand is not great. God, I wish we had a blue. Eight, huh? Two, four, eight. And then it's update, which this is going to be for 14. Yeah, this seems fine. We're going to Tinker Rings first. Yeah, like we might as well just click the buttons, right? And cover this up. This seems fine. They're going to clear up a slot for ice, but yeah, I thought it was going to be more than plow last turn, Jack, as well. I thought it was going to be, but so I mean, we just want to push as much as we can, right? Like do we want to save a BIOS update since we're not going to get the full value of putting an item into play? Or is it more about just like pushing the boom grenade effect? I feel like it is. We could also just throw this for 10 and just try to get value off the fact that we can keep the pounders and still force like minimum 3 cards out of their hand is not a bad play because it's just follow up of gun after this, right? Yeah, I think this is fine. I think just throwing 10 is okay, as weird as that sounds. Oh my god, I'm such an idiot. We have to boost for BIOS update? God, I'm so out of it today. Yeah, I can definitely tell that the weekend is still weighing on me. I'm just playing really poorly. Well, 14 is quite different than 4. 14 is quite different than 4. Guys, I appreciate y'all hanging out. I know tonight's not been the most riveting entertainment from my side, but I appreciate y'all hanging out and being here. Just taking a ton of damage. I do not understand Guardian players doing this. Like, is this going to be like another Ice Quake? DJ, I'm glad you're entertained. I'm glad you guys are having a good time. Like, I really hope you guys are, because I know that I know I'm not playing very well, and I'm really trying not to use Terran as an excuse because I am trying to like lock in and play well. Because Vegas is right around the corner. How many items can we get into the bin? I could get a yellow boom grenade, a Tekla or a processor, a red boom grenade, and a red backup protocol, and then Arsenal to 0 to 60. This is also their third plow under. Yeah, I appreciate it, guys. The love means a lot. I appreciate it. I mean, Hyper Scrapper just seems like a decent play here, right? Because Well, it is unfortunately a 3-card 5, but I wonder if I'm just supposed to block with Soup Up. Now we're supposed to block here, right? Because this is going to be 4 when the Pounders leave. So we take 3, and then we're just going to hyper scrap, and we're going to get a processor, a red boom grenade, and a yellow boom grenade. No, and a red protocol. Now, yeah, that's what we're going to do. Because there are yellows in the deck, but there's not that many. So I think this is fine. I'm going to be honest, Brian. I have not had a chance to think about how we can help Mateo get to the Pro Tour. As of recent, that has not been something that we have figured out. There's been a lot going on at work and stuff. I need to sit down and talk to a few people and see what we can figure out about how to do that. Processor red. Yeah, I need to sit down and like talk to like John, like Lupine Fiasco, DM Armada. Trying to think of like, I mean, there's a lot of people we could include in that, but like trying to do like a charity stream or something would be fun. Where we have like games and stuff like that we could do. Yeah, Soup Up doesn't boost, but I know that we have a zipper hit on top of the deck, so I know that we have a zipper hit on top of the deck. So I know that we're going to be able to boost. I think I need to charge my mouse. Get ready for the dink when I plug it in. There it is.
Lizard.
I don't know. Am I lagging here? My opponent thinking, oh, Talashar's like dying. Rose, thank you for the $2 super chat. I appreciate that. Thank you a bunch. It means a lot. Yeah, I need to sit down and try to figure that out. And when we can make that happen, I would like to be able to do that before the PT. Yo, Power. Love you too, fam. Appreciate the support. Y'all being here. We do have one more stalagmite counter to worry about. I will say, I played Fi into Jarl the other day, and like it was hardcore fatigue Jarl. I had to pitch stack a spreading and a Art of the Phoenix War turn with Rise from the Ashes, but like absolutely like blasted them into the sun. Like 5 feels like it has a pretty I would probably like I would say a favored Jarl matchup if I had to guess. So I've been talking to Carly about like what happened, and like, you know, like I talked about it in therapy the other day. So I don't know that it would really help to talk about it when I'm live. I appreciate that a whole bunch. It means a lot. What the hell would you use? Why would you do it this way? I mean, that really sucks because I have to block with 2 very strong cards. And then we're going to play Boom Grenade and pass. I mean, if they pummel me, we discard the NTZ and pay 2 for the Boom Grenade. Like, I just don't understand why they did it this way. Like, what are they hanging on to? What are they hanging on to there? And maybe this is better. It gives us another turn to set up. We're not going to crank this. Drawing Plasma mainline on turn 9 does not feel good. This is actually like super okay, right? Because we can put mainland in the bottom, and then we can just try to like go ham here. Brian, I do appreciate you offering, though. It means a lot. I really appreciate that. All right. I think this is our turn. I think this is about as good as it's going to get. I know you said it's a trap, but you also said consistent damage like Cinder is not enough for this meta. You need a burst of damage, which Max B can provide. I want to ask Emma about the Max V list and how he feels about it into like a more aggro filled. Because I am curious to know like his thoughts and how he feels about it. I'm not sure how Emma feels about it, but so Blizzard.
Lizard.
So I think this is fine, right? I'm not gonna pay. We're gonna use Accelerator here. I hate to get rid of the Dominate, but I think we need to because I really want to push big damage this turn. So we can go 4 go again into 4, no matter how they play it. So Taylor and I had talked about doing like a gauge tournament at a certain point. And like I thought doing something like that would be like a fun way to like try and help, like, you know, like with proceeds. It was like trying to help Mateo get to the PT. Okay. So I think we can wait on the lens, right? Like, how many sparks do we have left? There's 1 spark over here, and there is 1 spark over here. So there's still 1 chance at a shuffle from here, which means that pushing damage might just be the way to go. We could also just play Prismatic Lens. Like, I just don't want to leave them with a hand. I know they have an Oakenold in Arsenal, right? Like, we know they have an Oakenold. I think we just want to push damage. Okay. No item off the top, unfortunately, here. They've played a Blizzard and pitched a Blizzard. I think we're okay to throw this in case we found an item off the top. We could have played it and cranking it. It's cheating. You don't know. What? They showed us it off of Harpoon, Kevin. We literally played a Harpoon where they showed us an Oakenold last turn. We know it's an Oakenold because they literally had to show it to us off of revealed information. So I'm not sure what you mean it's cheating. And plus, like, even if they hadn't, like, that is no different than. God, do I just need to take cards out of their hand? Do I need to just play this? I think so. As weird as that sounds. Even if they hadn't, I equate you accidentally like misclicking on Talishar as you just like dropping a card on the table, which is not cheating. Like, you just gave up public information. Like, and that's not my fault. I try not to play the game that way most of the time, but no, I understand, Kevin, that like, yeah, he clicked it on accident, which I get. I just mean like like literally the Harpoon showed it to us last turn. Like turn before last when you were talking about, like he literally showed it to us by like Pulse Wave Harpoon when he only had when he had 2 cards in hand. So we knew he had it, right? I'd have to go back and watch, but I'm pretty sure we knew he had it. Well, really like to be able to draw that. Throw 5 and see what happens. Fast and Furious is pretty good. It is in fact not a Harpoon. Pulse Wave Harpoon was one of the cards that like originally got me into like playing Dash back in the day because I really liked that card. Felt like just a very, very strong card. And I was like, yeah, I like that card a lot. We get to add a counter to the Boom Grenade, which means if they don't block, they're dead. And if they do block, we get an entire turn. And then the gun, we get to go bang bang at the end of the turn. Why not heart here? I guess if we I wanted to boost away the Fast and Furious so that we could play the Boom Grenade. I guess if I had sequenced the turn differently, we could have like hung onto the throttle or something. We would have left them with more cards though. I don't know. It's an interesting idea. So heist isn't exactly what we're looking for. I will call him back in just a minute. Let's see. Let's go 5 go again. I appreciate it. I appreciate it, guys. Yeah, we're definitely not playing super optimal tonight. We're still working on that. So do this. The gun puts them to 1. I mean, at this rate, we just need cards that take cards out of their hand, and then the gun will do all the work for us as we come down the stretch here. At least I'm hopeful it will. So BIOS update heist. We could trebuchet into heist. We have some pretty strong things to get back here. Like a red throttle would probably be pretty good. I mean, they're at 1, so like I think this turn just wins the game, right? We just have to play around them being able to blizzard us here would be pretty bad. Our opponent concedes. I think they understand that the game was kind of over there. They would have had to have given 3 cards to cover this up. Play this, crank it, get back a throttle, throw throttle, and then yeah, like that would have ended the game. And if not, we would have after that. Ayo, confetti. We won a game. You love to see it. You love to see it. Yeah, let me write this down really quick, and then we'll talk about a couple things, and then we'll probably cut the stream off because I'm gonna be honest, like I don't feel like I'm playing very well. I don't want to like drive this into the ground any further, and I'm also like kind of tired. Um, so let's see. Our up did not go for fatigue the entire game. Was able to play a slower game and set up even without Exodia. Might have needed it if Op went for full fatigue. Now, I will say there were multiple times tonight when I really, really wish that we would have had like less 2 costs in our hand between throttles and heists. Like I felt like there was definitely like some awkward ones. With having too many 2 costs in our deck. I don't know. The Dio deck continued to impresses me. I just think I have a lot to learn with Dio before we get there. So anyway, we will probably play Jarl tomorrow. Tomorrow night will probably be Jarl. I'll probably work on a version of Jarl and get it updated so that we have something like more consistent to work on. because I think that Jarl's going to be a good pick. And then Thursday, we'll probably try to like swing into some Gravy gameplay. I have not played Gravy a bunch, so I might see if we can find somebody to join us on Thursday. But if not, we'll just grip it and rip it. Guys, I really appreciate you all hanging out and being here tonight. Appreciate everybody being so kind and all the kind words you guys had to say about, Taryn and what's going on and stuff like that. It means a lot. Apologize again that I was not like the most upbeat tonight, but we'll as time progresses, we'll get back to it. We'll get back to it. What am I ignoring you about, Rose? That's the first time I've seen you comment in the chat, and like there's literally like 20 messages, and that's the first 2 times. I will pay you for my own time. I don't even know what that means. Rose messaged me. I don't even know what you're talking about. Anyway, guys, thanks for being here. Thanks for hanging out. Hope you guys have a good night, and I will see you guys tomorrow. Take it easy, guys. Full access to roast me.